I'm gonna share my simple but easy makeup hacks that can help you solve makeup mistakes, but most of all, help you look at makeup in a completely different way. So let's go. The first one I want to share with you is helping you to basically look at makeup in a way where you can use every product as a multi-use product. So there's a lot more that you can do with a lot of the products that you probably already have, and you probably only use them for what it says you should use them for. So the first one I want to share is actually using your lip balm. It can be clear or it can be tinted, either way, and I'm going to explain why or how each one kind of helps you. So I'm going to use my Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm, and this is actually a tinted one in Poppy. Is it Poppy? Yes, it is Poppy. Now, if you use a clear lip balm, you can use it on certain areas of the face to basically help give you that kind of lit from within glow. So it gives you that slight highlight look. Now, I know a lot of people that I've spoken to say to me that they want that highlighted look, but what they don't want is to see that kind of glimmer of icy color on their skin. They don't want to see that kind of change of color. They want that kind of glow, but they don't want to see that color. And I'm actually one of those people. Like, sometimes I'm very picky about the kind of liquid highlighter that I use. I don't like it to look sparkly. I don't like it to look like, you know, it's all of a sudden my cheekbone is silver. Like, it just, that isn't normal. I don't feel like that's natural. Here's a little trick that we use as makeup artists when we're working on models or clients or anything like that. So you can use your lip balm on those areas. So what I'm gonna do is apply a little bit of this just to the back of my hand. And you can see I've got like a little kind of like amount on the back of my hand. If you use a clear one, then obviously you're just gonna get that nice glow and that's it. If you use a tinted one, depending on how tinted it is, you're gonna get a slight kind of transparent color to your cheek as well. Now what I wanna do is just kind of like melt this into the skin with my finger. Now if you look at the back of my hand, hopefully you can kind of see there's that nice glistening kind of like effect there. You can see how it changes, you can see the shine there. And the great thing is it doesn't look like it's one, you know, like chrome all over my hand, because that's what some highlighters can look like. And secondly, it has that very subtle rosy tint because it is a tinted lip balm. So what you can do is just basically with your finger, apply this on certain areas and you get the most stunning kind of like highlighted glow to your face, but it doesn't look like you've got a whole load of kind of like color there. And again, you can use a tinted one if you want, but it's completely up to you. Now, if you are wearing makeup, don't forget I'm wearing makeup. You can apply it on top of it. It's really about how you apply it. So I just pat it on. Now, obviously, if you're gonna touch your face, then yes, it's gonna kind of like move around. You don't want that. So I would highly recommend putting it in kind of a very small part of the area, like maybe just the kind of peaks of the cheekbone here. I've applied a bit more of it because I just really want you to be able to see it through the camera, but you can apply a very, very small amount of it. So it's up to you where you apply it. It's wherever you want that kind of nice glistening effect without the color. Now, another hack that I want to show you is how to clean up your hairline, because I do this myself sometimes, and honestly, it is such a game changer because, and I feel like a lot of people probably deal with this with an uneven hairline. Like, I have this kind of like, I don't know what you call it, a crown or something right there. So basically it kind of like, it goes a bit, can you see that? It just goes a bit high. It's always been like really uneven. Like this side is fine, but then this side goes up. I've always had that. How you're going to actually change that is by using a matte dark brown eyeshadow. Obviously it depends on your hair color. You want to go for something that's close to your hair color, not lighter. And I'm going to go for a dark brown in my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. And this is actually matte 11, and I'm going to use my finger. So you can see I've got some on my finger there. I always take a little bit off on a tissue first because you don't want too much. And then basically I'm just kind of like pressing and then lifting up into the hairline. And what this does is it just kind of like almost lowers your hairline a bit. You can really rub it in. I like rubbing it in because I don't want it to be really obvious that there's like a line there. So I kind of like make it look like the actual hair at the root is a bit fuller there. So that's much better now. I feel more comfortable with that. I feel like my hairline is a bit more symmetrical. And yeah, that's what I do to kind of like even out my hairline. Now, next up is something that you may have heard me on one of my other videos talk about actually quite frequently. A lip brush is your best friend. Honestly, it's amazing what a lip brush can do because the bristles on a lip brush are created to stick together and be able to be used with liquid or cream, right? So I'm using a Zoeva lip brush. This is just a spare one that I keep here. I don't actually know what the number is. It's just a Zoeva lip brush. You can use any lip brush. Now, you want to get a bit of concealer, and it's got to be a concealer which basically is a little bit fluid but not overly fluid. So I'm using my NARS, woo, that was like a weird hair flying around. I'm using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is in the shade Ginger. You want to use the concealer which is very close to your skin color, nothing too light. Now, what I like to do is put some on the back of my hand like that. I leave it there for a minute. I want it to become a little bit more kind of, just a little bit set, not too much, because if you go straight in and start applying it to correct certain areas, it becomes a bit too fluid and it disappears when you apply it to the skin. What you want to do is let it thicken up a little bit, let it set a little bit. That's the perfect consistency for you to be able to do this hack. And what this hack is basically correcting certain areas in the face. Not only correcting mistakes that you've made, but also cleaning things up. So if you, for example, have created a thick brow and you're not happy with how thick it is, or maybe you don't like the shape of it. This happens to me all the time, especially when I'm having a love-hate relationship with my brows, which currently I'm having a hate relationship with my brows. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do to clean them up and just reshape them a little bit. Secondly, another thing you can do is clean up your eyeliner with it. Just make it a little bit more sharp. Or what you could do is clean up your lip line. There's so much that you can do with a lip brush and a little bit of concealer that has slightly set. Now I'm going to go into this concealer which I've let sit there for a little while, and I'm going to coat both sides of that lip brush. It's not about swirling the tip of it, it's about coating the sides of it. Then once you have coated the sides of this lip brush, you want to get a tissue and basically squeeze the lip brush, right? You don't want too much product on there. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to clean up the brows a little bit, because I feel like I just want to reshape them a little bit. You want to hold a mirror quite close to you, and then you're going to use the tip, and you're basically going to, can you see I'm touching just the top part of the brow? And it's amazing how this can really clean up your brow. Okay, and I'm going to go along the underside now. I'm kind of happy with that. It's cleaned it up nicely. Now, this is something I think that you guys will understand. Do you ever do your brows and then they just look a little bit fuzzy around the edges and it just looks a bit kind of messy? I don't like that look. Sometimes I can't be bothered, so I'm like, whatever, just leave it. But sometimes I really want that clean, polished look. And this is what this does. It's really good at cleaning certain areas up. So I'm going to go ahead and do it on this brow. This is the brow that I'm really hating at the moment, by the way. It's just really annoying me. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean the top part of this. Okay, I'm kind of happy with that because I feel like I've cleaned it up nicely. I mean, you know, I also agree that the more you look at your brows, the more crazy they look. So, you know, don't look too long at them because you'll end up like me where you're like, one is just, it's like one's like a caterpillar going off the face and the other one's staying where it is. It's just like things just become crazy. Next up, we're going to clean up the lip line. This is something that I feel like sometimes when you look at your lip line, you're like, okay, it all looks fine. It doesn't need cleaning up. But then when you clean it up, you're like, whoa, there is such a difference. So what I'm saying is give it a try, right? On a day that you maybe think it's fine, give it a try because it will give you that kind of idea of whether this is something that you want to do. And honestly, it is such a game changer for just cleaning up your makeup and making it all look a little bit more fresh. There's something about it. It's like almost tightening a loose tie, you know? It just puts everything together again. So it is a great hack to kind of clean up the edges, make everything look like it's just been done. So the other area that I want to do, like I said, is the lips. I'm just going to clean this up. So I'm going to go along the lip line. Again, I'm always using the tip of the brush, but at an angle. Now, I am used to moving my lips around to be able to get underneath. What I would suggest if this is like the first time for you is keep them completely straight like this, so that you can get the desired result that you want without distorting the shape while you're applying it. Now, like I said, I'm kind of used to it, so I kind of like move them around. Like already that just looks so much cleaner to me. I'm happy with that. Okay, so another thing that I like doing, and this really does help to just lift the whole area, is actually apply it right under the flick, wherever you've got like a flick. And you know what the great thing is? You don't even have to have a flick to do this. So all I'm doing is going from there and then dragging down so that it doesn't just look like a line of concealer. And it just, look at that, and then look at that, right? It just cleans it all up immediately. So what I was saying was, even if you don't have any eyeshadow or eyeliner there, you can still do this, because this will actually give you the effect, that lifting effect, without the eyeliner, without the flick. So give this a try when you don't have any eyeliner or eyeshadow on. It's crazy at what it does. It's almost like a reverse flick. It's crazy how much of a difference it makes. It just lifts the whole area immediately. Now, another hack that I like using, especially when, for example, my makeup has been on all day and I really want to kind of like just almost resculpt. So let's just say that you feel like your base looks a bit kind of, you know, and you really want to kind of define areas a bit more. Like, for example, you want to create that nice cheekbone. Maybe you want to do a bit of contouring, but you really don't want to be touching contour. Like, because you've had your makeup on for a while, like you just don't want to pack on more product and just make it look worse. And what I'm talking about is, but when I say pack on more product, is using a dark kind of contour and start buffing it in, and then you've got to cover it, then you've got to blend it, all that. You can do it in the reverse way, which is reverse contouring. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a concealer. You can use something which is very light coverage, by the way. It doesn't have to be something which is gonna cover up anything. It's not for covering anything up. It's really just for that veil of color. So you could use a slightly lighter foundation if you wanted to, rather than concealer. I'm gonna go with my NARS Ginger Concealer. Now what I want to do is apply a very small amount, just kind of like along this area here. Just there, right? You can go from the ear if it makes it easier for you. So you could like go just from like almost the top of the ear or near the top of the ear, wherever you want to kind of like create that nice kind of chiseled effect. Now you're going to get a concealer brush. You can use any one. This one I'm using is the Makeup Forever 230 brush. And then what you want to do is just basically drag this down. You don't want to touch that line there. Forget about the line. Don't worry that it looks so obvious. You're just going to drag whatever's underneath it down. That's all you're gonna do there, right? Next, you wanna get like a fluffy eyeshadow brush. You can get anything that you can use on your eyes as well. This is the Sigma Detail Buffer in E28. There's nothing on here. Now, wherever that line is, I'm literally just gonna basically go over it. Just buff it in. That's all I'm doing. That's all I've done there. And what that's done is kind of like neatened up, because I've got all this kind of bronzer here. It's kind of almost feels like it's just everywhere there. This is kind of just neatened it up so that it's just made sure that it just sits in the right area at the top. And then what you want to do to finish that off is you want to get a pressed powder, something that doesn't build up so much and you can keep applying through the day. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in medium. This is my Real Techniques setting brush, and then I'm just going to go over where I've applied that concealer. And all that's doing is setting what we've done. And obviously, like I said, you want to use something which doesn't have much coverage, because the more coverage it has, the more cakey it's going to look. You want something which is very light coverage, because really it's about just manipulating the color and the placement of it in order to create what you want to create. Let's go ahead and do that on this side so you guys can just see that again. And remember, we're just taking it down. This works better, obviously. The whole point of this hack is so that it freshens up kind of like dull makeup or makeup that's been there all day. Now we're gonna get that brush and we're just gonna buff in that line. Just go all the way across. Not a lot of blending or anything. It's just literally just pressing it over. And that's more or less done. And then get your powder and go over it. Now, do you ever feel that when you've applied your makeup, certain areas just look a little bit more cakey than other areas? Well, here's a little suggestion for you. You want to get your beauty blender, whatever sponge you use, you want to get your setting spray, and you're going to basically spray it onto your sponge. So we're just going to spray this sponge. Now, you do want to make sure that you actually dab it onto a tissue first, because you don't want See all that? You don't want all of that going on the skin. You just want a very light kind of veil of it going onto your skin. Now, wherever you feel that your skin is cakey because of excess powder or just generally because you've used a lot of foundation or whatever, you want to start kind of like pressing it on. And what this is going to do is just going to make the whole area look a lot more kind of like relaxed, not so powdery. It's just going to look a bit more natural. And as well as that, obviously it acts as a bit of extra setting for you if you like using a setting spray as your kind of like, you know, just as a bit of a helping hand. So that's a really easy way to make a powdery look or a cakey look very natural or a bit more kind of healthy looking rather than so powdery. Now, something else that I love doing to make sure that my brows actually stay put all day is just a quick kind of layering of setting for it. So I want to show you very quickly what that is. We're going to use the setting spray and we're going to spray the sponge again. We're going to take off the excess on a tissue because we don't want all of that on the brows. And we're now going to press on the brows, right? Don't keep pressing. Stab that. Just go all the way across once. That's it, right? Now you've got setting spray on the brows. The brows were already done obviously before that. We're then going to take a powder. You can use a loose setting powder if you want to. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in medium. I've got my Real Techniques brush here. I'm going to just apply a very small amount of powder onto this brush. Take off the excess on a tissue first because we don't want a whole load of product there. I'm then going to very lightly press over it. You want to make sure that whatever you applied before that setting spray is dry already before you go ahead with this. There you go. And then I'm going to go in with this again, and this is where we're layering that setting spray. And we're going to go over once more. And that's just my very quick way of kind of like making sure my brows stay put, because in the heat here in Dubai, it can really play havoc with your brows. So it's just a very quick, easy thing I like to do, which I feel like really keeps them in place and I don't have to worry so much. This last hack that I want to share with you is something that really helps to create more of a cohesive look with your makeup if you are struggling with colors. So if you really struggle with trying to kind of add some kind of colors to your makeup and you don't like the whole, you know, bright eye makeup look, or you don't want to wear a bold lip, this is a very, very easy way to add color, but keep it very subtle as well at the same time. Now I'm going to be using my One Size Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trio in Freaky Peach. Now I'm going to be using the cream blush, which is Rump Shaker. And what I'm going to be doing is applying this with the back of a beauty blender. So I'm just going to go into this color. Got a whole load of it there. I'm just going to go on the back of my hand first. And I'm now going to pat it into this area here just for some color. There you go. I'm happy with that. Okay, so now we've got some really nice color on the cheeks. I don't necessarily want to go crazy with it. That's kind of like enough for me, I feel like, and you know, you can go however much you want. Now with that same color, I do already have lipstick on, which I'm just gonna wipe some of it off in the center. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of that Dual Lip Maximizer. You can put any kind of lip balm, and then I'm gonna blot. There you go. So now all I've got is a little bit of lip liner. You can use whatever lip liner you want, or maybe you don't want to use lip liner. You don't even have to if you don't want to. I've got a bit of that cream blush on my finger. I'm gonna just go ahead and apply this to the lips. And I've just buffed it in a little bit. Now I'm gonna get my tissue and I'm gonna basically wipe away whatever I can of it, and it leaves this really nice stain on the lips. Then I'm going to go back in with a little bit of gloss. You can do this or you don't have to. You could use a lip balm if you want to. I'm going to put a tiny bit there just so that it doesn't feel dried out, and then use my finger to smudge it across and then blot. There's going to be hardly anything coming off. The whole point is you're creating more of that kind of stain there, and it creates this kind of, it just makes your whole face look a lot more fresh. So now I've got a blush and a matching lip shade, which doesn't actually look like it's totally matching because I don't really like matchy stuff. I feel like this is a really good way to add something different to your whole look. So it's a good hack to use that cream blush as your blush and as your lip color, but more of a kind of almost like a stain to the lips. Like, you don't have to go out and buy a lip stain. You can do this yourself exactly as I showed you. So it's just a really easy way to kind of get that pop of color without having to go out and spend the money on a lip stain, which you can't actually, well, you could use on your cheeks, but at least you're using something which is a bit more easy for you to kind of mix yourself, you know? It's you can decide how much of it you want, and it's obviously something that you've already chosen, which is perfect for your cheeks as well. So I really do hope that you've enjoyed all of these hacks. These are all hacks that I feel like are kind of not the obvious ones, and also things that I use quite regularly, and I really do hope you've enjoyed it. I'm sending you loads of love wherever you are in the world. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.